Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated to how to get your PR in Canada and your immigration in the United States. So a lot of people are getting their green card in the United States through permanent residency in Canada, through Canada immigration. It's insane. I'm mind-blown, but I see it more and more often here in Canada. So a lot of people are coming here, and I have a friend who is from Austin, Texas, and people working in other states as well. And a lot of them, or some of them, decided to stay in Canada permanently, but others got their immigration done and they went back to US to get their immigration done there. It's mind-blowing. But anyways, let me explain to you why they're doing it, how they're doing it, and how it can help you to get your green card through Canada immigration. Well, first of all, why do they give up? Well, the reason is United States discriminates people on the country of birth. So depending on where you were born is how they would judge you. For example, if you're not born in the United States, you cannot be a president there, right? So you're already discriminated. You can be a leader of that country if you were not born there by the place of birth, by the land, which is ridiculous. But anyways, it's ridiculous. But anyways, so if you are from India, your wait times would be like 20 years on H-1B visa until you get your green card. Ridiculous. Literally, it's a modern day slavery. In my opinion, that's what it is. Like, you can shut me down, censor me and things like that, but I gotta say what I gotta say, it's truth. Okay, that's how I would feel if I had to go through the immigration process for 20 years. But people found a life hack. So what they do is they come to Canada and they get their PR card. PR card is permanent residency. It's a green card, but better, it's Canada. But anyways, so they get it and they get their PR cards here. Okay, why do they do that? First of all, Canada it doesn't discriminate by the country. So it doesn't matter if you're coming from India or Iran or Iraq. It doesn't matter which country you're coming from. You don't get discriminated by Canadian government. There might be some people who discriminate against you based on where you are from, but way less than in the United States, first of all. But the government does not discriminate you on the country of your birth, which is better already than the United States. So if you are from India, or you're like me from Ukraine, my wife is from India, it doesn't matter. The processing times are same for everyone. Canada is fine with everyone. It's all fair. The rules are same for everyone. Not like in the United States. If you are from India, then you're on your own, right? So the rules here are fair for everyone. It's all point-based system, based on your age, education, experience, and things like that, LTS score. No, why do people from India, for example, get an advantage over people from Ukraine? It's because people speak English in India. It's very difficult to find Ukrainian that speaks English as well as Indian people do, because we never had British colony there. We never were colonized or things like that in the history. So people never needed that. People don't need that, and they never learned it, and they're now at a disadvantage if they want to move to Canada. But anyways, so if people are their native language is English and they can get a higher IELTS score, they can get better opportunities. If they have better education, they get better opportunities. If they are younger, talented, things like that, you get better opportunities, and you don't get down based on your country. Because, for example, in the United States, Indians can take part in the participation of a green card lottery, whereas Ukrainians can. There's some kind of shooting going on. But anyways, as long as I didn't get shot. So, based on that, guys, it's crazy. So Canada is way better. So here's what people actually do nowadays. So they come to Canada and they get their permanent residency. What are they doing? They're doing some renovations or something. Anyways, they are getting their permanent residency and then they go for their citizenship. Once they get Canadian citizenship, they go back to the United States. I have a couple of clients who did that. I helped them purchase 2 properties in Canada, and then they moved back to the United States. I even helped them, I signed as a guarantor for their passports, those guys, because they are my friends. You know, like in Canada, you have to be as a guarantor to get Canadian passport. So I even signed the passports for them, the application, that I know that they are who they are, and I've known them for a while. And guess what? After they got their citizenship in Canada, they went back to the United States to proceed with their H-1B visas, because now they can't lose their Canadian citizenship. So now they own real estate in Canada. They kept it on rent. They left to the United States to get their immigration done there. I mean, how awesome is that? Now they can go to the United States. If anything goes wrong, you know, oh, they might get kicked out from the United States. We already have homes in Canada. I'm a realtor with XP Realty. I have to disclose it. So I help them buy homes as a realtor with XP Realty. Okay, so they purchased homes of their own here in Calgary, Alberta, got their immigration done. Now, as Canadian citizens, they fall under this Canada, Mexico, United States, whatever trade agreements, international trade agreements, certain tax brackets. There are agreements for taxes where there is no double taxation between Canada and the United States, so you don't have to pay taxes. If you're paying taxes there, you don't have to pay taxes here, and vice versa. Talk to your CPA about it. But anyways, you are now Canadian. You can't lose that status, and you can wait as much as you want for your H-1B visa. You are no longer, let's say, an Indian or Ukrainian or whatever you might be from in your situation, national. You're not like from one of those countries, you are Canadian. And it's way easier like that. Some people, what they do is, there is another method, they get their Canadian citizenship, they go to the US to deliver the baby. The baby grows up and raised in Canada. When kid is 21 years old, goes to the United States, sponsors the parents on green card. There's another option like that. Like if you want a backup, that's the easiest option. Now, it's crazy, guys. So you can get actually green card through Canadian permanent residency with less stress and way better like that. Now, guys, I want to tell you one thing. I personally, when I went to the United States, it feels like everything is old. It feels like Canada is newer country. Everything is newer. Everything is like, look at this. It's beautiful. Look at this. It's just beautiful over here. Everything is newer, more maintained, and in fact I think it's better here. You know, honestly, I prefer Canada over the United States in that way, especially it's safer. People told me horrible stories when I was in Texas. People told me not to road rage there, not to honk at people, and not to do sudden movements, and not to flip people out from the window when I am in Dallas, Texas. They said simply a reason for that is people can just can shoot you. I don't want to get shot. In Canada, I can flip anyone out, nobody's going to shoot me, hopefully, but some of you can argue about that, especially if you're from Ontario and Toronto or something like that. But anyways, not in Calgary at least. Anyways, I just wanted to say that a lot of people get their green card through Canada. They come to Canada, they get with the fair point system, with their experience, with their money in the United States, with their savings, with their credit history. You can actually use US credit history to buy a house in Canada. Talk about it with my wife. She's a mortgage broker with DLC Clear Trust Mortgages. I will leave it. Download her app in the description of this video. Play around with it, pre-qualify, check how much you can afford. You can even check your income without pulling your credit history and just get an idea of what you could possibly be looking for, what would be the property you would be buying for. And if you need a pre-approval, my camera stopped turning. And if you need a pre-approval, guys, you can do it online as well with her. Follow the link in the description of this video. And also check out the houses with your budget. I'll leave my link as well. Go to MLS and check out the housing prices here in Calgary, Alberta, let's say. See what you can afford. But anyways, this is one of the ways I see more and more people taking advantage of immigration system. They're playing it safe, and in fact I think they're playing it smart. And one more of my friends who is living in downtown, I don't want to disclose his name, I don't want him to feel shy, or I don't want to mention people's names unless they want to, and I'm okay with that. On the YouTube, he went from Austin, Texas, he settled in Calgary, and he said he loved that place, but then it went bad. Too many people came in, and now he thinks Calgary is exactly like Austin, Texas used to be, and he really loves Calgary and he doesn't want to go back to the United States anymore. Anyways, these are the stories, and this is how the people get their immigration done. And also, once you're a Canadian citizen, you can go through one of those trade agreements. You can get intercompany transfer to the United States. You can still be Canadian, work in the United States, and it's way easier to be Canadian in the United States than any other national in the United States from any other country. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, and share your story. Are you in the same situation? Did you move to Canada for a better immigration system? Or are you doing the same thing that I mentioned? And are you in the United States right now or in Canada? See you soon. See you in Canada. Bye for now.